I'd like to talk with you next about a stance that I think can be very helpful for prospective adoptive parents while they are proceeding through the adoption process. And this stance can best be described in this following sentence. Everything is information gathering until the ink is dry. And by that, I mean this. Expectant parents, when they say they want to choose you, are being honest and sincere in most situations when they say that. This is what they want at that moment. When the child is born, they may change their mind. They may decide to parent. They may decide to make some other arrangement for their child. But that doesn't mean that they weren't honest at the time they made that original statement. There is a lot of parallel between dating and adoption. When you are in a possible adoption scenario in a confirmed match, it's like dating or going steady. But until you're married, you're not married. And people sometimes change their minds shortly before the event. The reason why I think most people don't think of adoption and dating as parallel is that more people date and marry than do adoption. And people tend to think of adoption as having scarce resources, not as many potential situations. And dating is thought of as pretty prevalent. But I think that the emotions involved are very parallel. There's a connection made. It's an important connection from both people. They proceed through the process, taking steps together, and then at an important juncture, they may or may not follow through. If expectant parents do not make an adoption plan and they decide to parent their own child, it is not game over. This is really important for prospective adoptive parents to know. It is simply a situation where the biological parents decided to parent their own child. We're wired to do this neurologically, and so it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. It may be a disappointment, but it doesn't mean that there won't be another situation in which an expectant parent will choose you. And so for this reason, I recommend that you do whatever reduces stress and keeps you happy during the process, because it is a waiting process. And so I recommend that if you normally take vacations, take vacations. If you normally meditate, meditate. If you go to therapy, we're big fans of therapy for anything bigger than an ingrown toenail. Go to therapy. We think that's great. Have somebody supporting you in addition to your support social worker during the process. And make sure to enjoy your life. If you go away on vacation, please absolutely let us know how we can reach you by phone, fax, email, whatever way there is to reach you, and touch base if you're going someplace fairly remote. Because if there's a situation we need to pre-screen and you'd like to be able to be considered, we need to be able to reach you. But in general, the stance to take is everything is information gathering between here and then, and we'll wait till the ink is dry to decide whether we are adoptive parents, not just waiting prospective adoptive parents. I recommend that whatever skills you have or skills you'd like to develop to help you with patience, this is time well taken. One of my dear colleagues, Carol Owen, who used to be an adoption social worker and actually for a while licensor, and now she is in the academic field in social work. She said, you know what I call folks who are patient with the process of adoption? And I said, what? She said, parents.